education is very, very important for me and for all Namibians, because without education, I don't see a way out how people are going to be able to run affairs for themselves.
NANSO was formed in 1984 when Namibian students like Ignatius Shixwameni, Ambassador Albertus Ngaugamub, NPC Director General Obeth Ganjode, and others rejected the divisive education system of the apartheid regime. NANSO mobilized students and had branches in over 75% of the schools across Namibia. The late Shixwameni provided vibrant leadership, as his former mates recall, during a tense period for the movement in the 80s.
Firstly, as a student leader, who at a time when it wasn't fashionable to be in politics, when it was extremely risky, when it wasn't fashionable to be called revolutionary and all of that, provided leadership.
A young fellow, and here lots of these guys from universities, vets, roads, and I think KwaZulu-Natal, some of them, the likes of Dr. Peter Damaset and many others who are late, actually were the strong student movement and leadership that made sure that NANSO became an organization that rallied the cause of students during the apartheid era. So I remember Comrade Shixwameni as someone of character.
The students stuck to their cause as protest actions continued throughout the 80s and learners boycotted schools and writing exams. According to the former NANSO comrades, decisive actions, especially in 1988, exerted more pressure on the apartheid government when young people of Namibia protested in the presence of the apartheid military personnel. Shixwameni, who was the Secretary General of the movement then, was the leading torch, and his steadfastness gave courage to the students.
He will also be remembered as one of those people that inspired many young people of our time, of the 1980s. We did not have these questions of tribalism and unnecessary political divides because the vision was one. And it's one of those people that provided a very clear-cut vision for what the struggle was about, what the student issues were of the day, and where we all needed to be headed. As we all know, he was not just a student leader in the NANSO fold, but he also played a big role.
He was a very dependable, trustworthy character around which the student membership rallied and carried our causes. The days of the earlier whites-only restaurants, the days of many of the student rallies with movements that actually carried the cause of the Swapo Party. He was part of much of that.
After independence in 1990 and changing his political homes a few times, the late politician carried the same convictions and values until his death.
It's unfortunate we lost him. He left rather too soon. And indeed, when the country, and even when Parliament is looking into so many serious issues, like the issue of genocide, like other bills that are in the offing, which I know he could have actually contributed to meaningfully.
He may have departed, his former teammates and MPs say, but his ideas and contributions to the country's development will continue to serve as an inspiration for aspiring young politicians and professionals alike. Blanche Koreses, NBC News, in Paris,